I think in sixth grade, when I was about 12, I started kind of questioning my identity, and I would stay up like late at
In
night just thinking.
in sixth grade, when this carbon-based life form was about 12 years old, they magically, they, them, she, him, zim, zer, just started questioning her, his, whatever. It's through the roof. What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a comment, maybe leave two, and share this with a friend. Let's go. Today, I have no choice but to highlight just how far away from reality the good folks over at ABC7 San Francisco have strayed. Now, this is a local Bay Area ABC affiliate, as Google will have me believe. It is, of course, owned by Disney, which they also seem to be taking over quite literally everything, but that's not really what this is about. Of course, it's all tied in. They say Disney Entertainment's 8 owned ABC stations are multi platform leaders in local news and information. Well, that's completely untrue. This is nothing more than a propaganda rag, and if you cannot see that by now, I don't have anything for you. They continue. Emmy award winning station KGO TV ABC7 is the San Francisco Bay Area's source for breaking news, weather, and live video. So if you are looking to these people for breaking and supposedly accurate news, then you are far off the plot, because these people have completely lost it. It's not even close. They're not in the ballpark. They're not in the stadium. They are off into a la la land of weirdo agenda driven propaganda. And some people, very few, may remember a couple months ago, I did a video about a man named Reggie Aki, who works for ABC7 News Bay Area. Of course, it is not news, and this is one of the videos I highlighted, so we're just going to revisit this very quickly. And if you'll notice, this is from the ABC7 News Bay Area Instagram account, and naturally, they have removed the comments. And it does kind of make you wonder, why would they disable comments on a video like this?
Tomorrow, all day at the Commonwealth Club, is the inaugural Human Rights Summit with Michelle Meow hosting at the Commonwealth Club. Please come out.
Now, this is a man obviously pretending to be a woman trying to promote some weirdo Pride Month event. It's absolutely through the roof. They've gotten so far away from reality, and they want you to follow them.
It's free. Imani Rupert Gordon from the NCLR, the executive director there, is speaking in the morning, and there'll be panel sessions. And then in the afternoon, Zoe Zephyr, the trans state legislator from Montana, who they will not let in the chamber. Well, we're going to let her in the Commonwealth Club, so come out to see her.
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
Zoe is wonderful. I actually got to meet Zoe at the GLAAD Awards in New York City a few weeks ago. So I'm so.
Now, does anybody for one split second think that either one of these people, now, this person, this carbon-based life form on the right, is not a news personality, but somebody promoting the Pride Month festivities? So fine, par for the course. Insanity ensues. But this guy on the left, Reggie Aki, is supposed to be reporting the news, and I don't think anybody can pretend that this guy is going to shoot it straight, right? No pun intended. He's not going to tell you the truth. He's obviously driven by the agenda, and he has gone on record on television, and again, this is their Instagram account, but I would find it hard to believe that they would be on TV showing something completely different that is normal. So highly unlikely. But this guy has been on TV literally saying things like, well, they're just not good people. Those parents who refuse to affirm their child's gender are just not good people. That's a different story. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg because, of course, it does get worse. So this is him talking to them about some weirdo pride festivities, and that's from several months ago. And here's another video, a much newer video from ABC7 News Bay Area, and this is where it's going to get really dark. So, of course, here they're trying to convince you that Narcan is the best thing on the planet. So we're never going to try to actually get people to kick this habit or maybe stop the flow of drugs into San Francisco, stop the open-air drug market and the Honduran immigrants who may or may not be behind most of the drug trade in San Francisco. They're going to tell you that Narcan is amazing and it saves lives, right? Like this is the girl math type of stuff. Well, if a product is $10 off, then I made $10. You know, it's like, well, I gave this person Narcan and Narcan is free, but Narcan's not really free. It's being paid for by the taxpayer, and we're out here administering it to people who are quite literally nodding off on the street, and that's supposed to be life-saving. But again, it gets worse. So watch this for just a little bit.
Scene of a potential overdose at San Francisco's Civic Center.
She's got a good heartbeat.
Deputy Barry Bloom trying to decide whether to give a woman Narcan, the life-saving nasal spray that can reverse an opioid overdose.
There's no need to give her Narcan because she is speaking and breathing. So we're probably going to call her an ambulance just to make sure she's okay. And,
I was with her.
Now, let's keep in mind that when a construction site is robbed at gunpoint, or when an old elderly woman is assaulted, they're not going to come rushing to the scene. But here, for this junkie who's dying off in front of Civic Center Plaza in San Francisco, they're going to go the extra mile to make sure that they can pump her full of drugs so that she reverses her overdose, and then let her walk off into the sunset so she can eventually do it again. I say eventually, but she's probably going to do it again in only several hours, and then the cycle continues. Meanwhile, the potholes, the poop, the needles, the tents, it all just exponentially gets worse.
and maybe offer services if she can be alert and get up and stuff like that. I don't want to arrest her or anything. I'm not.
She doesn't take
No,
it.
I'm just.
I'm not going to arrest her or anything, not for overdosing on illegal drugs right in front of a government building. I'm not going to arrest her. I'm just going to pump her full of our drugs and let her do her drugs again so the cycle can continue. That's what's going to happen. So I don't know what happened to the point where the establishment zombie shill hacks in the street of San Francisco continue to hate police, even though they are very clearly on their side, right? Like, I mean, somebody protesting Rona is going to the station inside an hour, but somebody who is protesting for whatever the flavor of the day on the establishment left is, they're not going to see any consequences. We know this. This is a two-tier justice system at its very best that I've been screaming about for some years now.
But as he continues to assess the situation, the deputy decides it's best to give her Narcan.
I think I'm just going to give her some Narcan just to be on the safe side.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
I'm going to give her Narcan. Narcan is life-saving. It's absolutely amazing. And we're going to blur this lady's face because she deserves privacy, even though she's shooting up dope to the point where she almost dies on the sidewalk. It's absolutely despicable. And from this clip that was posted to ABC7 News, I found the reporter, who I believe is named. Oh, here, this is more from Reggie Akey. So before we get to, her name's Tara Campbell, but before we get to Tara Campbell, this is what Reggie Akey is up to now. So 6 months ago, he was talking to a carbon-based life form promoting pride propaganda. Now, this is what he's doing. Right? So he's got his Disney tank top on, a Rona shot in one arm, a flu shot in the other arm, and his caption is, "Give me a double." I mean, it doesn't get any more transparent than this. And here he is at the Door Alley. He says, "Was really happy to see so many people back at Door Alley this weekend. San Francisco Chronicle reports attendance is back to pre-Rona crowds. Remember, we also had Mpox spreading last year. SF literally shined yesterday And whether this is your scene or not, the rebound is good news for the city. Okay, so again, are we to believe that this leather-bound man promoting Rona shots and flu shots at the weird agenda-driven event is going to sit behind a desk and tell you the news from an honest perspective? It's just through the roof. But of course, this is the Disney News affiliate. This is the make-believe Disney News that we are dealing with now. So, on to Tara Campbell. So this woman, you know, and on the plus side, nobody's really looking at this lady, 475 followers. Now, I'm not one to, you know, harp on social media too much, but it's clear that nobody really likes this. She, too, has turned off the comments on some of her posts, but she is telling you that Narcan is life-saving, and, you know, she's talking to Nancy Pelosi here. I mean, the propaganda is just laughable. If you cannot see through this, if you watch any of this and think that they are actually, I mean, this is the reason, this is part of the reason, right? So the political establishment, the political regime is very obviously in cahoots with the quote-unquote news media that is nothing but propaganda. And these are the people that praise Gavin Newsom. I mean, and the framing is just through the roof. They say completely outlandish things like handsome, strapping, intelligent Governor Gavin Newsom has taken brave steps to protect children from Republicans with guns, and pretend the entire time that there is no other aspect. Well, your insurance rates have gone through the roof because climate change is causing insurance companies to be more careful. No, it's not because cars are getting stolen left and right, windows are getting broken into left and right, break-ins. I mean, none of that has to do with the insurance rate. It's because of climate change. But my point is, these people are so far off the beaten path, so far out of reality, that it's not even realistic anymore. Before, you know, you could kind of have like a little bit of a spin machine, and you can pull a Bill Gates and use statistics to your advantage. These people are well past that, and they are talking to regular Bay Area residents like they're absolutely stupid. I mean, that's putting it nicely. If any of these people think for 1 second that the general public can look at this and believe it's true, then, you know, I got 3 bridges in Brooklyn to sell you. But this, and here we go. This one, it looks like she does actually allow comments, but, you know, she's got a low follower account, so nobody's really commenting. But I can almost guarantee you that people are not enjoying this. And we see this also with the Golden State Warriors, who have recently posted something about, you know, being an ally or whatever, and they look like hostages, and they're talking about like, yes, oh, the LGBT, so good. It's all completely despicable. And I don't know who is out there pulling the strings that thinks everybody is quite this stupid. But this is from Tara Campbell, who I didn't even know existed until a couple days ago. But this is a step up, or arguably a step down, from Reggie Aki in the LGBT agenda-driven propaganda that they are pretending is news. It is just, I mean, it's beyond parody. Take a look at this. Let's take a look.
We've been showing you flag-raising ceremonies all across the Bay.
And the caption, the story of one Bay Area family facing the fight for transgender rights head on.
Bay Area as June marks the start of Pride Month. In Nevada, one family is facing the fight for transgender rights head on. As ABC 7 News reporter Tara Campbell explains, it's the children leading the way.
That's not good. The children are not supposed to be leading the way. And even if they were, it's quite clear that they have been given this agenda by the parents. I mean, a 12-year-old...
I think in 6th grade, when I was about 12, I started kind of questioning my identity, and I would stay up like late at night just thinking.
In 6th grade, when this carbon-based life form was about 12 years old, they magically, they, them, she, him, zim, zer, just started questioning her, his, whatever. It's through the roof. I mean, you don't make it to a certain point in life if you believe this nonsense.
About if I was trans or not. But then after I got over the like fear of coming out, I was able to kind of feel like really free almost, and I don't know, like I could be more myself and comfortable in myself.
I'm thinking about applying to...
And here you have it. I mean, what is the statistical probability of a family of 4 having 2 LGBT, BBQ, CIA, whatever it is, children? It's just not possible. Of course, this identity propaganda is not real to begin with. But even giving them that, even pretending that that's all real, the probability of a family of 4 having 2 within the community is just impossible. Now, I'm no statistics, I'm no math expert, but the identity politics is not real. Even if you grant them that objective untruth, if you grant them that, the probability of a family of 4 having 2 within that is just impossible. But this is the Disney news that we're dealing with.
UC Davis after high school. Having people like recognize me as what I am, and just being able to express myself however I like, it's been really freeing.
Talk to me a little bit about how you knew or how you were feeling to be able to say, hey, I think I identify more as a girl.
I started having some like gender dysphoria, not feeling comfortable in my body. People told me that I was a boy, so that's what I told myself I was.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, even right now, you sound like a boy. Your voice is deeper than probably your father's.
But when I started thinking about it, it was just clear to me that I was a girl.
I mean, I don't know what I would be other than supportive of my kids. You know, I want the best for them. I want them to be safe and happy.
Seeing both of my kids,
both of her kids, 100% of the kids in this family are identifying with the agenda. It's absolutely through the roof. This is worse than a recent Disney movie. It's not even remotely believable, but they post it as though it's news.
they're able to connect to peers, to a community, to their interests and the things that bring them joy in a more authentic way that I necessarily saw before they transitioned.
We're lucky to be in California. We're lucky to be in the Bay Area and have a lot of supports around us.
And there it is. That is the linchpin of this entire propaganda piece. We are lucky to be in California because the political regime is allowing us to mutilate our children. And they may have not even... The political regime may or may not have even brainwashed these parents into doing that.
Have really, positive, affirming legislators, but that's not the case everywhere, and that continues to really tug at my heart.
And there you have it. That's it. It goes on like that, but that's the crux of this, is that we are going to pull on your heartstrings and tell you that we need to let two children in the same family mutilate their bodies, and that the political regime in California is great for letting us do that. And here's the last one, and this one is incredibly sad. And she has dozens of posts like this, just for the record. But this is, again, Tara Campbell talking to a mom whose son or daughter, I don't even know, it's really quite confusing, harmed themselves shortly after requesting to change pronouns. I mean, if anybody, I can't stress enough, if anybody looks at this and thinks it's news, then we have got a big problem. But luckily, she doesn't have a big following, doesn't have a big audience, and I think most people can see right through this. And if you'll notice, the comments have been disabled on this post. I wonder why.
2 weeks before they passed away, we were at the nail shop. We had a nail shop day.
Photos of Leo spread across the kitchen table. Sarah remembering her son as he was.
This was on Thanksgiving, our last Thanksgiving.
Okay, well, you get where this is going. I'm pretty sure they're talking about a girl that they have tricked into believing that she's a boy, and now they're going to get the mom here who's clearly a little bit off kilter, right? Like the neck tattoos and the flag shirt. It's pretty clear that this is not just a normal mom and a loving family. And of course, where's the dad? But that's a completely different conversation. Anyhow, my point is, I said all of that, drag this on for more than 20 minutes to let people know just how far from reality ABC7 local Bay Area news has strayed. If you look at this and think it's anything more than a propaganda rag that has gone beyond parody, then you've got another thing coming. So, thank you for watching. Of course, like, comment, share, subscribe, notification bell, buy my book, New York City 2020, on Amazon. Link will be in the description. Unauthorized Opinions podcast, almost every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.